Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful souls. Well, welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am so happy that you are here with me today as we continue our Act of Balancing Life series. This month, we've been talking about how to create more harmony in our everyday lives, and today's episode is going to be extra special. We're diving into the beautiful art of poetry and how it can serve as a tool for you as you healing self-love and resilience. And if you ever struggle with self-doubt or you found yourself searching for a way to express your emotion, then this is the episode for you. But before we get started, I want to remind you that we have some incredible resources available to you to help you on this journey. You can download our free mini ebook, 5 Simple Ways to Set Your Intentions for a Harmonious Life. And if you're ready to go deeper, we have a full 102 page ebook / workbook, Balancing Act, the guide on harmonizing your life, is also available. And don't forget about our 21-day Living Life Balance Challenge. This challenge is designed to help you to put the lessons from this series into actions so you can create a more of a balanced and fulfilled life. Now, before I introduce our guest, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back. And then I'm going to introduce this special guest, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
All right, well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am here. I want to introduce you to today's guest. I'm beyond thrilled to have her here with us, the incredible Bintu Kaba. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
All right, Bintu, she's an independent artist, spoken word performer, an author whose work focuses on themes of resilience, self-love, and empowerment. Her personal journal has inspired so many, and I know her words will resonate with all of you. Bintu, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
As I mentioned before we got on, we usually do a nice little 60-second guided meditation. So before we get into the topic, all right?
Okay.
So if my listeners right now, if you could just close your eyes, all right? Wherever you are, and if it's safe to do so, I invite you to close your eyes or just simply soften your gaze. Now I want you to take a deep breath in. Now slowly exhale. Now let's do this again. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs with air. And now I want you to exhale slowly, releasing any tension or self-doubt. As you continue to breathe, I want you to focus on letting go of self-judgment and open up your heart to the possibilities of creativity and self-love. I want you to visualize yourself standing tall, fully embracing of who you are, flaws and all. And with each breath, you are letting go of limited beliefs and stepping into a space of self-compassion. Now I want you to inhale resilience and exhale doubt. I want you to set an intention for today's episode. Perhaps you are here to learn how to love yourself more deeply, or maybe you're seeking inspiration for your own creative journey. But whatever it is, I want you to allow that intention to guide you through this conversation. Now take one more deep breath in. Now slowly release. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and bring your awareness back to the present moment. All right, thank you for sharing that space with me. All right, listeners, if you're new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, it's something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, is it helps us just to ground us before we get into the topic at hand. So, Bintu, let's start with your story. So you've been very open about overcoming your self-doubt and emotional challenges in your life. So can you share a bit about your journey and how resilience has played a role in helping both your life and your art?
Let's start with my art first. Like, what's it called? Since January of this year, I realized that spoken word album is a thing, and I was like, oh wait, I do spoken word. Maybe I
Right.
do great in an album. So I'm writing down the pieces, things like that, and I started to record. Then I found a producer who's willing to help me, right? But unfortunately, the producer, I don't know, like he just didn't do his job right. Like I would send him the files to his email, like he told me to,
Right.
and he told me like, oh, I can create the beats for it, and I was like, okay, cool. And well, for some reason, he just never created the beats. So I decided to take matters into my own hands and find the beats online and put them together,
Yeah.
like my poetry, like my audio and the beats I found online, put them together. But like unfortunately I couldn't do my whole album, which I tend to have like a list of tracks. Unfortunately, I was only able to do an EP, which is
Mhm.
like 5 or 6 tracks of of my project, which okay, is really upsetting, but I kind of learned how to be a producer, which that's a great skill to have, especially
Yeah.
in our industry. So, yeah, I released it on my YouTube channel and my SoundCloud on July 3rd, which is my birthday, where that's what I intended to do,
Yeah.
like to release it on my birthday. But, at least I released something.
Hmm.
And, a lot of artists, when they start out, they do an EP. Like Billie Eilish, she had an EP when she was starting out. I believe Kendrick Lamar, he had an EP when he
Hmm.
was starting out too. So I'm kind of going in the same path as them.
Right.
Yeah. And
Now,
yeah,
now for you, now you had a little bit of resilience earlier on with the producers and stuff like that. But what I'm hearing from your story is that without any of that, you would not be able to create and become a producer, which can
yeah,
open up more doors and actually to help others to be able to share their voices.
yeah. So like, it seems like the delays I get from my art is like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I took that as a blessing of disguise. Of course, I was angry at first because, like,
As you
he
should.
told
Yeah.
me, yeah,
Hmm.
right.
Yeah.
Like he told me you're gonna do the beats if I send you the files, and I did, and I told him from Instagram like, hey, I sent the files, and he told me like, oh, okay, I'll work on it next week or something like that. And well, he didn't do anything. I don't know why. He never told me a reason why. He just like ghosted me, I guess. And well, I end up doing the work.
Well, which is a good thing.
Right.
That's the thing. That's you just text them, thank you. Seriously, because now you have tapped into a talent that you didn't even realize that you had.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So usually a lot of times, and this is what I've been learning throughout all of my years, is that when one door closes, it truly another one open. And sometimes when we feel like our blessings have been blocked, is usually a protector for us
Right.
because you don't know what kind of dude that was. I myself used to be in the music business. And so I came across a whole lot of shady ass
Hmm.
producers. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That will take your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now that you can be an independent, but also you're owning your own. So you not only own the words, but you also own the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now that takes a whole lot of, when I say a whole lot of shit, that takes a whole lot, excuse my language, this shit just away that you can truly be able to live in what you're doing. You know, because I heard you say you like, I'm a little bit upset. And at first I was going to stop you and say, take a breath. You know, take a breath. But I know as you tell the story, that kind of triggers a little something in your mind. But when that happens, I want you to remember and say, but guess what? I just made my own. I just
Right.
made my own beat. I just made my own music. And it probably would sound much better than what he would have done to it anyway.
Right. But the
Yeah.
thing is, when you say like another door closes, another one reopens, that reminds me like what's it called? Like a few weeks ago actually, a music producer, he saw my interview on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
and he actually DM'd me and he was like, "Hey, I really like your music. I would like to work with you." And he sent me his beats and I ended up falling in love with it. So it's like a new producer who's actually reliable
See?
or seems to be.
See?
So
Yeah. So what I had read is that your poetry have been a tool for your healing and self-love.
yes.
And I love that because that's one of the things that we talk about here is using um, those things as tools like journaling, meditation, artistry,
Right.
um, with art, painting and stuff like that. So I'm glad that you were able to do that. Now, your new spoken word album, and it dives into these themes. Can you share a little bit about the inspiration behind it? And maybe you can give us a taste what's to come.
Sure. The inspiration behind it, I mean, like I said before, I saw many people doing spoken word albums, and I really want to do writing and sharing my art to the world, like as like a whole career. So I was like, well, another way for me to do that is to release an album. And
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna have a meeting with a label soon, like next month. So hopefully, I can put my dreams into reality.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess my question is we all have, I guess you say, a muse.
Hmm.
Our story is usually our muse. We have different chapters in our lives. When I read, so we're talking about self-love.
Right.
So for you, what does self-love mean to you?
It means loving yourself, accepting the flaws you have, and just admitting that you have mistakes and it's okay.
Hmm. And your resilience.
Yes.
Where does your resilience fit into your artistry?
In my artistry, yeah, I would write about a lot about my past, which is a little bit painful. It's like I got bullied and I got body shamed a lot. And of course, I'll use my writing as a way to heal. And I'll just use what's it called a phoenix, which is like a symbolic representation of rebirth,
Rising.
cosmos,
Hmm.
rising up.
Coming
So
through the fire. Hmm.
exactly. So basically resilience. So I'll use the phoenix as like a way to portray that.
Yeah. And so the reason why I am asking you these questions is because when we're talking with our listeners, we want to make sure that our listeners, that when your album do come out, that they say, okay, I know I can resonate with this. Like I know what Bintu is saying to me, and she's not just writing something, but that she actually been through this. And so now I can feel it more. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when you speak of self-love, and this topic today we talk about is manifesting self-love through your poetry and through your writing. So when you say that, I had a difficult life, we all have. But
Right.
sharing your story is a part of your gift.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, like turning
Yeah.
your pain into art.
Yeah, exactly. So when I ask about, what was behind that, your inspiration for it, I like that you said that I was bullied, and how do you overcome that? Because even today, social media is crazy. You get online bullying, you get all of those things. So if you had one thing that you can tell a young man or a young woman how to get through that bullying, what would that be?
To get through that bullying, I recommend turning that pain into something beautiful. It doesn't have to be poetry like I'm doing. It could be something else, honestly. Perhaps you can turn that pain into sports, maybe. Use that as your motivation, or like paint or write like I do, but like there's not really a wrong answer.
Right.
Is just do it safely and do it that's not harming yourself, of course.
Right. So my next, can you share something with us? Can you just share like a little snippet with us? Or am I putting you on the spot?
It's fine. I was actually reading this poem yesterday, so I'll just share a snippet.
Okay.
It's called At the Rainbow by me, and here we go. After the rainstorms, I can finally say my soul is warm, no longer cold from the harsh words that's making me feel that I'm third. I reach the rainbow where my true selves glow, my smile glowing too. My heart sings the blues, but I'm not blue. Every hue tells a tale of battles I won, but did not fail. In the red, I found my fire. In the orange, my true desire. Yellow shines like the sun, reminding me that the pain is done. Green is for the new life I found, and the blue is peace all around. Indigo encouraging me to look in my heart. Violet whispers to me, "Don't don't let your dreams depart from you and your soul, that which it makes you feel whole."
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm loving how you're using the colors as emotions. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
I
part of
love
my
how you use that.
thank
Say
you.
that again.
It's part of my album, so just a little snippet.
That's beautiful. Thank you. You know, for real, thank you for sharing that with us. I know that with the colors. So let me ask you this. Are you very spiritual?
I'm becoming a little bit more spiritual. Like, what's it called? I'm kind of into, yeah, I mentioned manifestation. I use affirmations a lot. I have like some crystals a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? I use numbers a lot, like repeated numbers. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you know that. Like 111, 222, 323. I see those numbers a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially now as I'm trying to follow my dreams and stuff. So I found the right path of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see those numbers as confirmations from higher power. So
Yeah.
I'm a newbie.
Your influences musically.
Mhm.
Musically influences. I heard you say Billie Eilish, and I heard you say
Ken-
who's the other one?
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Yeah, Lamar.
Mhm.
Do you have any other musically influences?
Actually, to improve my poetry skills, I will just read a lot of lyrics from different artists. So yeah, I listen to Kendrick, Billy, Nicki Minaj, Megan. Who else? Oh, I've been listening to Bruno Mars recently. The weekend he's coming up with a new album soon. So like I'm just re-listening to his newest song. It's called what's it called Dancing in the Flames, which is beautiful. And honestly, I will go on Genius, which is like a website where you can read lyrics from different artists and just keep reading the lyrics, and I will just learn and teach myself.
Okay. You seem to be young. How old are you? 20 what?
I'm 20.
You're 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to be, and there's nothing wrong with you being young. It seems to be young. And so I guess my next question for you, you reached out to me. You reached out to me to share your, I guess, your talent and your voice. If there's someone out there listening, what would you want them to know about you?
To know about me, that I'm a very extremely creative person.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel like next year like, you're gonna see me, like,
Mm-hmm.
out there because I'm publishing books, I'm doing albums, I'm doing a lot of big things, meeting labels soon. So, just watch out. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I hear that. What is your social media pages so they can follow you?
I'm more active on Instagram,
Okay.
which is BIN_2_writes number
Hmm.
1.
Okay. All right, we got that. All right, so and my listeners know this is something, this is you're different. You're a different I guess that we came on here. And what I'm doing right now is I just want you to know that through your journey in life, I want you to take each thing that has happened to you going forth and back as gifts. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, like
As gifts.
the negative into a positive.
Yeah, as gifts.
Okay.
And I also want to just say that I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you.
I truly do. I don't know, and I'm just going to say this. I don't know how you came into my space right here, right now, and that's why I'm trying to take my time to figure out: is there something that I need to say to you, or is there something that you need to say to me? Because we are connected in a way that's supposed to be connected. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you are a beautiful person with a beautiful spirit and soul. And I want you to always remember that going forward. In your rainbow poem that you just shared with us, I want you to truly live each one of those colors within you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So then the next time you are on someone else's platform, that you just shining bright and we don't see nothing but a shine of rainbow with you. You know what I mean? Because your
Yeah.
smile is beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, the words that you are sharing is beautiful. But when you get on a platform, I want you to show out. And what I mean show out, I mean you speak it and you tell it down here in the gut so people can feel it and they can know. So when they know when your album comes out, oh, I'm going to get that
Mhm.
because she resonates with me. I'm going to get that because she was able to share that story with me and now I feel it. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
don't be afraid of the pain.
Okay.
That pain is a gift. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That pain is a gift. And even though we get on these platforms and we want to be like, sometimes it's okay to show that vulnerability.
Right.
Sometimes it's okay to show that authentic side of us in every way possible, because that is what who is going to grab those or who you're supposed to be speaking to. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So is there anything else you want to share with us right here?
Well, yeah, we talked about my spoken word this, but I'm
Hmm.
also coming out with a book soon,
Okay.
hopefully next month in November. So, yeah, it's a fantasy book. It's called Tragedy in the Tides, and
Okay.
let me just pull up the summary real quick. Okay, so the summary is it follows a character named Selena. She's a princess, and it's her quest on revenge after her mother's death by mermaids and sirens. And with her friend Rama, who is named after my little sister, she explores the world of sea folk and magic in meeting the king and the queen of the sea. And she finds out a lot of secrets, and she's trying to figure out if she's gonna keep doing this whole revenge thing or forgive them and move on from the past.
Mhm.
So stay tuned.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you this: what brought you to create the book?
Well, I mean, I actually came up with the idea of after watching the movie The Little Mermaid, like the live action
Mhm.
version, and also yep, that inspired me. But also another movie did is called Wakanda Forever #2,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always just wanted to write a book. I mean, I've been writing in general since I was 9, and I started doing short stories with my friends in elementary school. And I
Yeah.
just grow older and ended up doing a lot of fantasy novels by myself.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I always wanted to publish a book. And well, now my dream's going to come true next month, hopefully. And yeah,
Just claim it. Just say it's going to come true. You're going to put the
yeah,
book out.
it's going to be on Amazon actually.
Yeah. Okay. Self-publishing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good. I've self-published a few books of my own. So that is a wonderful thing. And you at 20 years old doing it right now. That's good.
Thank
It's
you.
just all about going out there and taking a step. Jumping out there and doing it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, jumping out there and doing it. All right. All right. So let's wrap this up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I want to thank you for just coming and joining us and just sharing your beautiful words with us. I know our listeners, I hope that you guys can resonate with her poem, and when her book come out, she will let me know, as well as her album as well. But I hope that if anything, that you feel inspired of her being so young and just stepping out on faith to make her dreams become a reality. And for those who are listening, I encourage you to check out Bintu's upcoming spoken word. The album is called what? Roots to Resilience?
Oh no, it's
What's
called
that?
Becoming Her.
Say it again.
Becoming Her.
Becoming. Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thanks.
Becoming Her. Yeah. And follow her on her social medias for more updates on her work. And don't forget to download our free mini ebook and engage with our 21-day living life challenge balance. So you can put all those ideas into practice in your own life. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to join us next week as we continue on our Act of Balancing Life series with more insights and finding harmony and self-love. So until then, take care of yourselves, and remember, you are enough just as you are. Have an amazing day. All right, guys? Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovering and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com. and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today, and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer.